News 4 at 10.
Rivers are rising in parts of the St. Louis area, and so is the threat of major flooding. Good evening, everyone. I'm Courtney Bryant. Tonight, we know a Jefferson County man has died in this flooding. And Missouri Governor Eric Greitens is calling up the National Guard to help with flood relief across the state. We have team coverage tonight. Chief Meteorologist Steve Templeton is tracking river levels. Marielle Mose is live following sandbagging efforts along the Merrimack River. But we begin with Alexis Zotos in Valley Park, where people are preparing for a difficult week ahead.
Courtney, that's right. You can actually see behind me, it's still very dry here at 141 and I-44, but MoDOT is right now shutting down 141 in preparation for another historic flood to hit this area. Friends and family turned out Sunday afternoon to build a sandbag wall in hopes of preventing another massive loss for the family-owned business off of 141.
The water last time, it come all the way up to this outlet right here. It was 4 feet deep.
It was just 16 months ago that the historic flood shut down roads, businesses, and flooded homes in Valley Park.
It was a 500-year flood. It was a historical flood, and I assumed that I probably wasn't going to be here in 500 years, so I assumed that was the last one I'd ever deal with. But unfortunately, no. Here we are.
Homeowners on the other side of the Merrimack and Valley Park are also preparing for the water to rise. The city says this time at least have more warning, but there's not much been able to do in terms of prevention.
When the rivers come up this high, like they've never been in the recorded history of the Merrimack River, there's really not a lot that we can do other than each time becomes a learning situation.
MoDOT is also taking lessons learned from 2015. They shut down 141 Sunday night. 44 will close as well.
We are certain I-44 is going to close. We're not quite certain if it will close Monday night or Tuesday morning, but it will close with the forecasts that we see.
The construction project at 44 and 141 will prevent flash flooding in the future, but will not help in situations of historic flooding like this.
That particular solution would cost hundreds of millions of dollars.
Tom Gurdeff's business, as well as the fast food restaurants around him, will now have to shut down and wait and see what happens.
We're being proactive. We're building a wall that's going to be at least 3.5 feet tall, and we're hoping to keep the water from going inside.
So you can see right there, those are the MoDOT crews that are right now shutting down 141. They say prepare for this to be shut down potentially until the weekend. They are asking for people to be patient and prepare for alternative routes for your Monday morning commute. Live in Valley Park, Alexis Zotos, News 4.
Tonight, we know of one death in the St. Louis area related to the flooding. The Missouri Highway Patrol says 79-year-old Clifford Brandt died earlier when he drowned in Jefferson County. Investigators say he went to take pictures of the rising water and was swept away in a creek near Cedar Hill. Also new at 10, several schools in the Rockwood district will be closed tomorrow because of the flooding. Those schools, as you see on your screen, are Eureka High, the Individualized Learning Center, LaSalle Springs Middle School, as well as Blevins, Geggy, and Eureka Elementary Schools. All after-school programs for these schools are also canceled. You can also see the school closures scrolling at the bottom of your screen. Tonight, communities along the Merrimack River are bracing for the rising water. News 4's Marielle Mose continues our coverage live in Eureka.
Courtney, essentially I am in shin-high water, standing where a Eureka High baseball home run would likely land. These are the baseball fields, soccer fields, and track next to me on my left, and they're essentially a lake right now. And because of this is a huge reason why Eureka High is canceled their classes for tomorrow. And all day today, the Rockwood School District spent the day stacking up sandbags along the high school to make sure that this water that I'm standing in right now doesn't get into the school.
Both the gyms flooded last year, and
both
the fields and the weight room.
Sunken sports fields are enough of a warning for the Rockwood School District.
I'm supposed to have a game tomorrow on the front field, but might have to be moved to turf now.
Students, staff, and coaches spent Sunday stacking up sandbags along Eureka High School to make sure the water from the fields doesn't seep inside.
But we always come together, and everyone's like a family, which is so nice.
There's such a great community here.
And just up the road,
I think we got to get up to here.
the building continues in Fenton. This blue line, a reminder of what was lost.
We were about 5.5 feet downstairs in our lower level.
Ellen Bell and her husband Tom just moved back into their house in October after the last flood.
Our neighbors are amazing.
All these people making sure they don't have to rebuild again.
As long as my friend needs me, I'll be here. One more there.
All this help makes you know that you got a shot.
And just to reiterate again, the high school, along with ILC, LaSalle Springs Middle, Blevins, Geggy, and Eureka Elementary are all canceled for tomorrow, as well as all after-school activities. Reporting live at Eureka High School, Marielle Mose, News 4.
The big